Okay, so the next thing I want to look at now that I've got all of the main sounds, so I've got my drums, I've got my bass, I've got my leads. Now what I tend to do from this point is to work out a rough arrangement that I can use, and I'll show you exactly how I do that by using crash samples to map out specific areas. And what that allows me to do then is to run the kick drum out for the entire length of the track. Now a general rule of thumb for my tracks is that they generally last in and around the 5 minute mark, always between 5 and 6 minutes. Very rarely go over 6 minutes unless I'm really creating something epic, which hasn't happened for a while. Trickster 2D is really just in and out, done and dusted. So what I'd usually do is every 16 bars I'll put a crash cymbal in, and then to get quite clinical about the whole thing, I want to make sure that everything runs in either 16, 32 or 64 bars, depending on exactly what I'm looking for. Now generally my tracks usually start off with an intro, small breakdown, a longer piece with the breakdown section in it, and then a longer breakdown to introduce usually the pads and the lead sounds. Then usually I'll have a very long outro. It'll be a DJ outro, so it'll cut down after 32 bars into just the beats and some of the sounds in the background. And then it'll finish. And I don't usually work out how things are going to work or finish as I go along. I do that whenever I'm creating new sounds, as you'll see in a minute when we go on to the actual effects section of it. So as you can see, I've got all of my crash cymbals on this particular track here. If I can find my mouse, here we are, and it's just a normal crash cymbal, nothing major. And then I've taken the kicks and put them right out to the very end of the track and put a crash on the end so that I can see and I am held to that particular end point, and that's very important. Then I'll use a calculator. Every computer has one, and I just use it to work out my beat divisions. So maybe I might want a breakdown after 32 bars. So I'll go to 32 bars, I'll select the kick drum that's in there, and I'll delete it out. But then I'll take 32 and add 16 because I want it to last for 16. That'll give me beat 48. So I'll go to 49. I can see here that that's where I want my kick to start again. So I'll take that one out. And there we go, first breakdown. So I know when the first breakdown's now going to happen. Now what I want to do from there is make the next part last for a period of time. So again, I'll take the calculator. This time I might want it to last out for another 32 bars, or I might want it to, and have a really long breakdown for 64, or I might want to do a 64 with a smaller breakdown of 32. So again, I'll just add that on. Now in this instance I went for 32, so we'll just add 32 onto that. That gives me 80, so I'll go to beat division 81, click on the kick drum, and I know then that my breakdown will start there, so everything must happen within this particular part. This time what I did was I went for a really long outro. I have a feeling that this is 64. Could be a little bit longer, it was just the way that I decided to actually arrange the track. That's how I arrange. Then I'll put everything into place, as you'll see in just a few seconds. And as you can see, this is the not the finished arrangement. I tend to arrange right out, drop things in and out. As you can see, the dub loop and the beat that I've put in, the breath runs out for a while, then the kick drops in, then we have the breakdown with the lead and the bass comes in, so on and so forth, and then we have the bigger breakdown. Then what I'll do from there is try and accentuate where the crash is hit. So I'm looking for effects, and we'll look at that in the next video.